Hey guys, so welcome back to Zanki Zero. Last beginning, let's carry on where we left off. We've made it to the sunken part of the Belle Moi. Time to do some exploring, but first I think we might as well get that note out of the way since it's always so long and I'm quite curious to find out what's happened to our lovely spy friend now that she's lost her sister. So let's go. Note 4. Our father runs a secret company that conducts assassinations and espionage operations on a national level. Exactly 2 years ago, my father's company had received a request for an investigation and assassination at Mani. By that time, my sister and I had already worked at our father's company as spies. My father had put his hand on my shoulder. He wanted me to go into Mani a year before my sister and conduct an undercover investigation. Are we seeing it from the perspective of Olga's sister now? My father had picked me over my sister. It didn't make any sense. I was by no means a failure, but when comparing me to my sister, she was clearly more capable. Why me and not her? Did my father base his decision on some metric only he knew? Or did he have some other mission in mind for my sister? I still don't know his reasoning to this day. But, nonetheless, he had appointed me to go undercover at Mani instead of my sister. I didn't feel like I had beaten her, but I did learn something akin to superiority from it. Until that day, no, even now, I have a complex toward my sister. No matter what the task, she always completed them more efficiently than me. She was good at the things I'm not, and she was even better at the things I'm good at. But on that day 2 years ago, my father had picked me instead of her. Upon hearing those words, my sister said it was too early for me, and that she was better suited for the task. Oh, it was unusual. No, it was perhaps the first time she had ever opposed my father like that. Maybe she was too proud to let me surpass her, or maybe she was worried for me. Eventually, my father gave in to her desperate efforts to persuade him, and sent her into Mani instead. I see. Sorry, we're still at Olga's point of view. And now, here we are. The original plan was for me to infiltrate Mani before my sister. I was supposed to die instead of her. When I found out about my sister's death, I was stuck at Dr. Terashima's side as his personal assistant and writing notes in my binder about an experiment. The door behind me suddenly opened, and a researcher from my sister's department entered. With a dreadfully pale face, he informed us of my sister's death. It happened during the development of a new type of solution used for clone creation. A type of chemical dangerously incompatible with the solution, and not allowed in the lab, was somehow mixed into the experiment materials, causing an explosion. Sabotage, maybe? Death by explosion. I don't remember much after hearing those words. Next thing I knew, I woke up on an infirmary bed. Despite the fact that she was a spy, she couldn't conceal her emotions. It appeared I had lost consciousness. What I saw before me wasn't an unfamiliar ceiling, but Dr. Terashima's face peering down at me. Hey there. Did you sleep well? I was so close to punching him. But there was something else I needed to do first. I woke up my aching body and headed toward the sliding infirmary door. Wait, where are you going? I need to make sure. Of what? If my sister really died, whether it was real or just a dream. You say the cutest things sometimes, Olga. Is it because you haven't divulged the fact that that's your sister? I'm sure your brain remembers it well. Your sister did indeed die. Oh, sorry. Getting my thoughts mixed up. She was caught in an explosion and blown to smithereens. What a thing to say. I already knew. Whether I liked it or not, that memory before I lost consciousness was burned into my memory. But until I see it with my own eyes, more importantly, Olga, would you mind giving me your sister? Excuse me. I'd like to know if it's okay to bring your sister back as a clone. Huh. I'm sure you want to see her again, and I'd like to speak to her once more to avoid any future accidents. Surprised you didn't do it off the book already. Needing Olga's permission? Revive my sister as a clone? The moment Dr. Terashima's words registered in my head, my vision instantly went white. Conflict. Before I knew it, my thumbs were both firmly planted against his Adam's apple. Oh, jeez. Except that didn't actually happen. In fact, quite the opposite. Cloning is a sin. Cloning technology is the work of the devil, made to obstruct the world and systems God has created. And yet, this option Dr. Terashima presented, I sensed a sort of warmth, like a ray of sunlight from his option to revive my sister as a clone. I could see my sister again. Dr. Terashima's suggestion was the future I sought for. But cloning is a sin. I know this better than anyone. That logical thought was on the verge of taking over my brain. But then, it's not possible, is it? To transfer one's personality and memories to a clone, the subject must already have an umbilical brain unit, also known as an X key, implanted in their stomach. It's impossible to create a clone with the owner's personality and memories without it. You can create a clone, DNA clone, but it's not going to be the same person. It's going to be different the moment they're born. So, since my sister never had an X key embedded in her, even if she were brought back to life, she'd be an imposter who would only be similar in appearance. That wasn't the sister I wanted to see. That also meant Dr. Terashima wouldn't be able to talk to her about preventing future accidents either. My eyes looked lifeless as I explained my logic, and Dr. Terashima tilted his head, as if he were genuinely confused. Huh? Your sister never told you. She had an X key implant. She did? What? I forgot when it was, but we didn't have enough subjects to gather sufficient data for an experiment, so I looked for volunteers from the lab. I asked around saying there was no danger involved, and if anyone was greedy enough to desire eternal life, I could use some more subjects for the experiment. And my sister agreed? Uh-huh. She was the first one to volunteer. She wanted to be a test subject for the cloning experiment. It can't be. My sister should have known. Cloning is a sin. Cloning technology came straight from hell, made to obstruct the world God created. How could my sister have volunteered to partake in such an experiment when she shared the same religious views as me? Maybe she had some sort of plan. Maybe she volunteered as a test subject to progress her espionage efforts. Kind of reminds me of Altered Carbon. Season 1 was pretty enjoyable. Season 2, not so much. But going back to Season 1, basically there's clones, well not really clones, but there's re-sleeving, where your consciousness is stored on a stack or a disk, as they that's implanted into the back of your neck, where it stores your memories and your consciousness, much like the X key in this game. And there are some people who believe that once you die, you shouldn't be spun back up, as they say, or implanted into another body, so to speak. They think that, you know, you should only have one life, and then you die. Technically, you can revive them, though, but they will... It's like a DNR, do not resuscitate. Don't spin me back up. I want to die. So, I guess it's similar to that, right? But if that were true, it wouldn't make sense for her to not fill me in afterward. There are no secrets between my sister and me. Are there? I don't know why you seem so shocked, but how about it? I'd like to get your permission before cloning your sister, if possible. I mean, she's got an X key, right? Surely you already have all the permission you need. But, you know, since Olga seems to be a plaything, I can imagine. Okay, got it. Then let's get to it right away. What? I didn't say anything. Then did you just do that subconsciously? I thought I saw you nod deeply just now. I didn't bother trying to confirm whether Dr. Terashima's words were true or not. I couldn't, if you can't remember. Whether I nodded or not, I knew I wished for nothing more than to see my sister again. Even if that meant denying everything our religion stood for. My desire to see my sister far outweighed my faith. Oh man, it's like a monkey's paw scenario. You want your sister back, but There are untold consequences, I'm guessing. The extend machine's vat opened, and I was reunited with my clone sister. I felt a mixture of intense déjà vu, guilt, and joy for my sister's revival. The conflicting, chaotic whirl of emotions felt heavy in the back of my head. Judging by her appearance and physique, my sister soaking in the solution seemed to be about 6 years old. This wasn't some sort of error, but a feature of the extend machine. Human clones made with the extend machine retain their knowledge and experiences as they were reborn in a child's body. Well, how does it feel to see your family member reborn? Dr. Terashima turned to face me. There was a look of pride on his face, as if he just gave a little present to his lover. That would normally make me want to kill him, but this time, I didn't feel that way in the slightest. My sister's faint voice could be heard. Her eyes opened halfway, and she slowly sat up. She seemed to be having trouble comprehending what was going on. She turned her head to look all around her. Then her eyes opened wide as she looked up at Dr. Terashima and me. Whether it was the solution or tears, I didn't know. But her watery eyes met mine. She let out a little sob. Perhaps she was relieved to find out she hadn't died. Or she was happy to be reunited with me. Or maybe she was in despair, knowing she was revived as a clone. Whatever it was, it appeared she couldn't prevent the overwhelming emotions from leaking out. I mean, it could be for the trauma from the death, right? Hearing her like this made me cry too. I'm so glad. My voice was hardly understandable. I had thought I'd never see her again. That thought had filled me with so much despair. Dr. Terashima seemed to sense my emotional state and placed his hand on my left shoulder. As if that were a signal, I embraced my sister, not minding that my lab coat got wet. Ow. Sorry, I'm sorry. Despite my verbal apologies, I didn't let up on my tight embrace around her. My body and mind were so in sync, there was no room for my brain to give any orders in between. After some rudimentary examinations, Dr. Terashima had accepted my requests to let me be alone with my sister in my room. This time, I brewed tea for my sister and brought it to the table as she waited, just as she had always done for me. Thanks. She took the teacup with both hands, taking a sip. Her nose was bright red, and tears rolled down her cheeks again. I'm so glad I was able to see you again. Me too. I didn't detect any negative emotions on her face from being revived as a clone. She may just be hiding it in front of me, but she was at least not showing it outwardly. It wasn't just my sister. I didn't seem to harbor any emotions either, or any such emotions either. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a shred of guilt, but the joy of seeing my sister again far outweighed it. Neither of us were even composed enough to hug again, so we began sobbing once more with the table between us. I don't know how long we went on like that. We stopped crying around the same time. We probably could have kept crying if we wanted to, but we had responsibilities to uphold. There was something we had to confirm. Or there was something we had confirmed. Why did my sister die? Was it really an accident that occurred by chance? My sister went through a simple examination before coming to my room, where they had told her that the cause of the accident was unknown. But that could be a lie, and my sister wasn't able to tell me the truth for whatever reason. With that in mind, I wrote her a note as usual and asked her, "Do you really not know anything about the accident?" "Why are you asking me in a note?" "What? Is your throat dry from all the crying?" Though it didn't seem like it. What was my sister, this person, saying? You're not familiar with how we communicate, sis? A shiver went down my spine from the indication of the situation I had dreaded most. I prayed it was nothing more than a hunch. But, unfortunately, I was usually right about these things. After being revived as a clone, my sister's memory seemed to have been impaired. The true reason she came to Mani, along with the memories of her homeland, were completely wiped out. Instead, she now thought the memories she falsified for espionage were real. The truth had been overwritten by lies. But it couldn't be. With my heart full of despair, I threw her questions from various angles just to confirm. I hoped it was just a misunderstanding on my part. I wished my sister hadn't changed. But there was no mistake. The sister I got back was no longer the sister I knew. Reports regarding my spy activities are sent to my country via coded emails. At first glance, they look like emails updating my family, not an array of mysterious numbers. But key phrases are linked to various spy activities. For example, saying I'm homesick means the mission requires urgency, and Dr. Terashima is kind to me means Dr. Terashima is highly likely to be guilty. I had taken my time writing out a seemingly innocent email with the following message. It's beginning to seem highly likely that Dr. Terashima is hiding secret information. I am postponing the execution of the plan. I did not report about my sister's death or her revival as a clone. Nope, the plug will be pulled instantly. If I did, I'd be forced to kill my 6-year-old big sister. Should I kill my clone sister? How do I perceive her from now on? Do I even consider her the same person she was before? I don't have the answers to those questions right now. To give myself more time to find them, I lied about the possibility of Dr. Terashima hiding information. I mean, he still could be. All I'm doing is stalling. Simply struggling in vain. All I want is more time to think. Whew. That was a lengthy note. And I'm still wondering where that's all going to lead. Maybe we'll find out more aboard the Belle Moi. This is the Mashiro boat after all. Let's get exploring. There's a door there.
Whoa!
What could this be?
Remnants of a seabird's nest. It was shielded from the wind and rain. Oh dear. Ugh! I knew it'd have a long-range attack. These guys are getting more and more complex in terms of their attack capabilities. So let's let this guy with the long tongue come over here. Yeah. Okay, he's not that strong, which is great. Can take advantage of that. We saw the names.
What's this?
Having a bit of a discrepancy in them. It says offer a speck of the sea. Offer a speck of the sea. Well, that's been added to our ruins guide. Code spec. We found a coded message near the pedestal at stern vertical deck. Offer a speck of the sea. Are we supposed to put something on the pedestal? Seems like it. Otherwise, there's a hole there, and I'm not inclined to fall into it right now.
Closed, huh?
I don't know if the hole will get filled. Doesn't look like it. Actually, no, it does. That looks like it falls up. So we'll leave that for now.
I can't go there.
Inventory forms for company supplies. There's a pile just for toilet paper. Well, shit. I wonder if that's relevant right now, considering toilet paper is all over the show. Across the globe.
Something.
A seabird's nest. That's nice. What do we got here?
What
A stuffed pig doll on the floor. It was probably for a passenger's child. We got something leading down, a ladder. Which is quite curious. Because, you know, this part of the ship is actually pointing downwards into the sea. Let's explore this side.
What's this?
Another nest. Must be old since there are no birds in sight. Oh dear, I'm not gonna be able to reach that little gerbil. I don't even know what it is. It dropped pork, the other one. Does that mean it's a pig? It says offer the ripened red
What do
fruit.
we have here?
That's been added to the ruins guide. We're supposed to put something on the pedestal. Ripened red fruit. Does that mean an apple? We've got an orange. That's it. Oh wow. Okay, so he's there as well. And he just fell in the hole. Interesting.
Something.
He survived this entire time on this floor, only to fall in that hole now when he sees us.
What do we have here?
Hospitality manual. It even shows how to deal with nasty customers. Okay. Let's go this way. No nest there.
What's this?
There's a printed out email and a key inside. Obtain small key. Company email from Director Sawatari. Subject requesting an important presentation to Kazuki Takemura. Dear Kazuki, hello, this is Director Sawatari. I've recently been informed that Mashiro Group, the major financial conglomerate, will be conducting a business presentation at our laboratory. Mashiro Group has been investing vast funding in medical research in recent years, and I believe they will continue to move in this direction. With this in mind, we would like to take this opportunity to present our laboratory's accomplishments and prospects to Mashiro Group in order to gain their funding and support. Therefore, I would like to appoint you to go to this very important presentation and represent us. For this presentation, you are to introduce the simplified mold gas mask we've been working on, facing the pollution and health problems of recent years by providing a convenient and pure way of life to the nation and those around the world. This is the concept we kept in mind while developing this product. But with the recent news of our promoter going bankrupt, our patrons have been starting to withdraw from the project, putting us in an extremely difficult position financially speaking. This is why we need you to give a successful presentation and get Mashiro Group on our side as a patron. The existence of the laboratory depends on it, so please succeed. Sorry, I just realized I switched my pronunciation of laboratory and laboratory. Regarding the sample product that is currently being manufactured, we should have just enough time to produce one before the day of the presentation, so I'll have Muto bring it to you as soon as it's ready. There will be a large-scale event in the area on that day, so we are expecting heavy traffic. Therefore, we'll have him use the subway for transportation. We'll be asking Muto to bring a box of cakes as a gift, so you'll only need to bring the documents for the presentation. You'll also bring a spare key for the briefcase, so please don't forget to bring it. Thank you. The subway. So I wonder maybe if we can go back to Mashiro Metro Plaza in that subway area and see if we can find something in one of those suitcases. We did obtain a small key after all.
What do we have here?
A piece of the strategy guide for the game Reckless Skies. Welcome to the reading episode, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, there are 3 different attack methods in this game, so why did the designers opt to use this difficult to use method of switching between 3 types of attacks rather than the popular power-up system? I believe this is because they wanted to give specific uses for the 3 attack types, and basing the gameplay around efficiently utilizing them depending on the situation. This theory is further supported by the fact that the score points gained changes depending on the weapon type used to defeat enemies. So let's go into the features and main applications for each weapon type. Normal shot, left click. KO bonus 1 times. Pros, low fuel consumption. Cons, low damage. Usage, defeating weaker enemies, extending the multiplier duration. So range attack, space, KO bonus 2.5 times. Pros, high KO bonus, nullifies enemy bullets. Cons, cannot be rapidly fired, small area of effect. Usage, obtaining a high score points by defeating bosses. And we got the laser, KO bonus 1.5 times. Pros, covers 360 degrees, high damage, nullifies enemy bullets. Cons, extremely high fuel cost. Usage, defeating swarm of weaker enemies, shortening time required to defeat bosses. With the info above in mind, the basics of score attacks is as follows. 1. Defeat weaker enemies with normal shots. When swarmed by enemies or enemies that are hard to defeat with normal shots, use laser. Chip away at the boss with laser. When smoke, the rest of the text is missing. At least we've been keeping up with the Reckless Skies guides. We haven't jumped from like Reckless Skies 1, 2, 3 to 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got some messy pipes.
Find something!
It says after the child of the one with 2 heads.
Whoa!
The child of the one with 2 heads. What? That hole's still there.
What's this?
A detailed cleaning manual for the ship's interior. It's not much use now.
It's closed, huh?
Alright, so all those doors are locked.
Where haven't we gone yet?
Let me just check the ruins guide real quick. Offer the child of that with 2 heads. Are we supposed to put something on the pedestal? Does that mean I need to put the lizard head back in Monkey Treehouse Village? Possibly. Ripened red fruit, speck of the sea. Turn the Pachika Hirasaka switch on, and Minamo Tochi. It's supposed to be Minamo Setuchi, and that's supposed to be Sachika Hirasaka. Alright, well, we've got our work cut out for us. Let's try checking downstairs before we continue. Okay, we aged. Whoa, we got an electrical floor. That doesn't look healthy. Even if we do have the Shikabane for it.
What do we have here?
A bottled letter that washed up here. The letter is too wrinkled to read. Huh? Really? Washed up here? Well, that guy's taking a lot of damage, sort of. If he just comes over here, I can whoop his ass. Good.
Maybe this will come in
Because
handy.
that electrical
I'll hold it.
trap would have taken a long time to kill it. I mean, I could technically run through, but we could take damage, and I don't really want to do that right now. So let's go back up. I want to test this theory about the two heads. We'll quickly jump across to Monkey Treehouse Village, huh? Alright, got the lizard tail. Let's see what this event is. How it works.
Hey, hey!
Hey guys, I got a good idea. What's that?
That's right.
We can make this treehouse our new base. It's bigger than the one we have now, so I think it'll be much nicer to live in.
Nope.
Come on now, we can't have a base with enemies crawling all over.
Then
We should defeat them all. I don't know. Wouldn't really be worth it.
You know.
I heard treehouses were originally made to protect tribes from enemy raids. If we do wipe out all the enemies, we may not have to worry about being attacked in our sleep.
that's true.
Turn this place into our new base? We'd need to do a lot of cleaning, but it may not be too bad an idea.
Yeah.
With all this room, it'd be easier to have more personal time too.
What?
What do you mean?
Also,
Our rooms are so narrow and the walls are too thin, so we can only use them for sleeping right now. But here, we could each have our own rooms. We might have more time for ourselves.
That's right.
You're right. It'd be nice having my own room to focus on my art and come up with new ideas.
All right.
Okay, then let's start working on making this our new... Wait, never mind. We can't make this our new base.
What?
What's wrong? This was your idea,
you
Sachika.
hear that?
But if this becomes our new base, we'd spend less time together, right? I don't want that. I want to spend more time with you guys. I don't want more time alone.
Yeah.
Sachika.
Sachi.
That's love.
That's definitely love. 3,000 score points added to the extend machine. There we go. Nice, we dropped by. Okay, let's see if the lizard tail works. Might as well grab some score points while we're here, though. Let's see if any of my items work. I have a lizard tail, and I have a tomato. Now, there's the age-old adage. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? Let's see what this
What's this?
pedestal is. The ripened red fruit. It did not work.
It won't open.
Or at least nothing notable happened. Let's head back. Our tongue-full friend is gone.
Found it.
Child of the one with two heads. Let's try dropping that. Nothing happened. Shucks. What are we gonna do? Do we just drop down one of the holes? Ah, one door that I didn't open. This entire time. That's poor form. Anything in here I could have
Found
used? An order form for company supplies. They ordered these out in the ocean.
Ah!
What do we got here?
What's this?
It says offer the goat's white blessing. Goat's white blessing. Offer the white blessings of a goat. So that's got to be milk, right? Speck has got to be salt. So I've got some salt in the warehouse. Red fruit's either an apple or a tomato. And a child of that with two heads. I thought it was going to be the blue lizard tail. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's head back then and gather the rest of the supplies. Plop the milk down there. Okay, so as soon as we put the right thing on it, unlocks the door. So the others are clearly wrong, which is fine. Let's try the salt then at the very least. Let's be aware there may be enemies around. Cool, so those doors have opened. One down. Sounds like there's a bit more though. Jeez, quite a few. Before I get smacked with that slime. Okay, anything else? Anyone else? Let's venture through the doors. Okay, we've got some symbols on the wall. And we got a waypoint on the other side, of course. So we got stop, we got some shoes, we got a knife, got a doggy, and we got a cupboard.
What could this be?
You found a gem.
Let's have a look, shall
Nice. Seems there isn't anything here. Well, there was a gem.
we? There's something here.
It says, please enjoy peace and comfort here on the Belle Moi. So this door just leads back here. So whichever door we opened, we would have gone through anyways. But now we need to figure out what we need to press. So we got stop, we got shoes, knife, dog, cupboard, cabinet? What does that all mean?
There.
Turn the stop switch on.
Is this it?
Shoes switch on.
I'm going to activate it.
Knife.
There.
Dog.
Is this it?
Refrigerator. Holy shit. Where the hell did you guys come from? I thought I heard some slimy business going on behind me. This is because I switched all the switches on. I just wanted to see which each one did. Looks like they spawned some enemies. Don't expect that's going to open this door here. Especially because I... Oh, it did. Oh, just one of the doors.
Won't open.
Need to open the other one somehow. Ripe red fruit.
Whoa, maybe this will come in handy.
Is this it?
The child. Sorry.
Let's take
Not
this.
the tail. Stupid me. It's the egg. I'd forgotten that the lizards actually drop eggs as well. I know they always dropped the lizard tail if you charge attack them, and sometimes they drop the lizard tusk, but even less common was the egg. There we go. Alright. I've unlocked the side.
Found it.
It says photography permitted. Please make beautiful
Is
memories.
this it?
Can hear something in the distance. Uh-oh. Whoa, that was a fast one. This guy is really fast. Okay, well he's down.
It's closed, huh?
This might be a good opportunity to use our healing Cleone.
Sachika can fight too!
Sachika, heal Haruto, please. Good on ya. I could have just rested, but that's okay. I just wanted to use the Cleone, because I can, but we need to make sure that she doesn't get corrupted. Right, more switches on this side. We got a mouth, hand, nose, eyes, and feet. I'm gonna go with the eye.
Here goes nothing!
Satucci. C, sort of, I guess. Doesn't look like that was the right one, though. Yuma, what's up with these puzzles? Was your father a fan of Resident Evil or something? Like following the mansion's design of having complex puzzles to navigate your way through the ship?
Yes!
Documents are here but are eligible from what seems to be a coffee stain.
Gonna
So
try
just switch
this.
everything on like the other one.
There it is! Here goes nothing!
With no rhyme or reason. Holy shit, there's a lot of creepy crawlers running around. Whoa! Shit,
Whoa.
I'm outnumbered. Kinda wanna kill them all though. Get a bunch of score points. Am I being too greedy? Probably. Well, both doors are open. I didn't exactly solve the puzzle. I just pulled all the switches. And it spawned a lot of
this?
enemies, which I took advantage of to get some skill points and score
Found it.
points. A roster of the crew members. None of the names really stand out. Okay, well, there's another TV. Everyone's running low on stamina. I need to find some better food. But for now, let's watch some Extend TV. Relax, guys. Get a cushion, a blanket. Chill out.
Hey, kids! It's time for Extend TV!
Some more antics of Show and
Now,
Mirai.
Mirai, what do we have for today's conquest video?
It's Gluttony Part 2, Pygmalion. Please enjoy.
Pygmalion.
Very well. It's showtime!
Okay, thanks for the British accent, you classy mofo. Oh, why have you left me so? I was only able to be Renji Mashiro, and president of Mashiro Group because you were by my side. Our power, fame, fortune, and Mashiro, all incapable of saving the woman I love? I have never seen father like this before. He is always so cold and arrogant. But his love for her is real. Only his love for mother. Why did you have to die? Damn those useless doctors. Ah. Father. Mother was a dignified woman until the very end. She accepted her fate and... Fate? No! She could have lived if her body hadn't rejected the transplant. If only there was a substitute organ. If only there was another organ. Father, from now on, I will support you in my mother's stead. She taught me that it is my duty, as one who was born into the Mashiro family, instead of Moi. Yes, I see. There you are, Moi! Where's the secretary? It's time to start up a new business. Business? But Mother's funeral is not... Yuma, do you love me? Yes. My will. The President's will is the will of the Mashiro family. As a Mashiro, it is your duty to serve and support me. Moi should have taught you this. Yes. I have been told of the pride of Mashiro and the duties of the President many times since I was young. I like that look in your eyes, Yuma. I never noticed how much you look like Moi. From now on, you will be the flower by my side in her stead. You will serve me to the best of your ability, for the glory of Mashiro Group and the Mashiro line. Yes, Father. Even now, Father is thinking of Mashiro's enterprises above all else. Yeah, he's thinking about a replacement for Moi. So, I must support him, just as Mother did. I will overturn fate. Mashiro will conquer fate, and I shall triumph over death itself. Wow.
I didn't know Yuma's mom passed away. She was so young.
Well, she expected it, right? The only thing is, was Renji Mashiro having a mental breakdown at that point and just looking for something or someone to replace the loss of his loved one? Or was he just that uncaring, that cold, and was looking straight away for the next person to take Yuma's mother's place in the Mashiro cog?
Rich, beautifully plump, and does anything you ask for. She meets my top 3 criteria in a housewife. What a shame he lost such a precious person.
Indeed, what a shame.
Your qualifications are more strict than a girl looking for a marriage partner.
There's a saying about women like Yuma's mom. Die young, beautiful.
You mean the beautiful die young? But you know, like in Haruto's video, it seems horrible things tend to happen to beautiful women.
So it would seem. So it would seem. Even Minamo counts as a beautiful woman who got horrible things happening to her.
I'll have to be careful not to die either.
Beautiful women, not beautiful sheep. Well, she was right. Something terrible happens to beautiful things, or beautiful women. Sorry, show.
Ah! Mirai! You shouldn't have said that!
Raised a death flag. To be continued. I am running out of time. Who could be the creator of Extend TV and the mastermind behind all of this? Someone well aware of Mashiro's inner workings, with intimate knowledge to the core of clone research. We have come this far, yet I still do not know if this person works alone or in a group. In fact, I have no idea what they even intend to accomplish. I am afraid, if I do not hurry, Extend TV will proceed before I can exterminate all the human clones. If that comes to pass, it will surely reveal the mission I had received from my father. That would make it incredibly difficult to complete my objective. So, your father, the guy who we're watching in these videos right now, is the same person who gave you the mission? I may have to resort to drastic measures.
Amazing!
Hey Rinko, luxury cruise ships go to all sorts of different countries, right? Maybe there's a bunch of stuff I've never seen here. It's all old and dirty, but I'm excited.
Yuma!
I've never been on one before, but... So... Do you think you could answer her for me, Yuma?
Hmm?
Yuma? I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I snap back to reality.
I'm sorry.
Yes. I apologize. I was just in deep thought.
Yuma.
Maybe you're just hungry, Yuma. You had the face of a hunter looking for its prey.
That's right.
I am constantly on the hunt, so I can maintain these voluptuous proportions. I am shaken when Ryo Mikijime hits the nail on the head, but I manage to hide it. I do not have much time. She keeps saying that, and well, I'm fearful that we are running out of time. Let's keep looking. Oh shit! Wasn't thinking!